Hello everyone, today I'm going to demonstrate a to-do app in the MERN stack. In this tutorial, I will demonstrate how I created a basic to-do application in React, MongoDB, Express and Node.js, which is a MERN stack. So basically, first of all, I created an instance in my database in the MongoDB. After that, we linked with backend Node.js code. So here we have two folders available. First one is server and the second one is client. So we have two folders available, a server and a client folder. In the server folder, we have the models folder. In the models, we created a Mongo's schema, which is a simple to-do text. Based on this schema, we are going to create an API which will serve as a web service in the Node.js backend. So we go to the index.js file. Inside this index.js file, we imported this to-do instance from the Mongo's, and we connect the MongoDB like this, and enabling the course will allow the React to connect to this API with different port number and IP address. So we created few routes about a post with to do. To create a new to do, we pass a body parameter of to do tags to this post request and create a new instance of to do and save it. We wait for this to be written on the MongoDB database, and we return a status code of 201 and with the newly created to do. And after that, if we get some error, we return a 500 status code, which denotes that there is server error. We have also a get request to fetch all of the to-dos, and similarly we have a delete route to delete a to-do. So that's the basically a API. We can also get a single to-do item. In the front end, we created a React application like this. We can write a new to-do item and we create, and it is written here, as well as this. If we refresh the MongoDB database, it is written here as well. So we can also, if we try to refresh this, it is still there, and if we delete it, any data would be deleted from here and the backend database as well. So we also have written in the client application, which is a React, which I created using npx create react app. Inside this, we created two files, app.css. I added bunch of css to style my to-do application, and inside the app.js, I created use effect hook with API to-dos get request to fetch all of the to-dos and set the to-do list using the use state hook. So use effect and use state hook are used in this application, and after that we created a to-do list and new to-do. These are the two hooks we are using. So if we see in our handle create to do, we are simply posting using Axios, and we are sending a to do text with the newly created to do, and once we get a response, we fetch this item.id and place it in the id and to do text. This will create a new object of JavaScript object, which we append into our to-do list. That's how it will be populated into the front end. If we are trying to delete, we pass an index this, and we get the id of that indexed item, and from that id we call this URL to delete the axios.delete and the route localhost 5000 port. This is a server address and API/to-do, and after that with the $sign we provide the ID of the respective to-do to delete. Next, we create an updated list and we splice that and we set to do. And this is the process of deleting once the data is deleted from the backend. If the to do is deleted from the backend, that is returned in the response and we delete it from our local list as well. Otherwise, if we catch any error, we console log that error. And in the simple HTML JSX, we just render a simple application, and inside the header, that code is pretty the generic, which comes with a pre-built template of when we create an app using Create React App. So we add a heading my to do app, and next we create a div with an input field and a button. We created input field class and a submit button class in the CSS, and we apply that CSS here. One thing to note on change event. In the on change event, we set the new to do item with the e.target.value. So whatever we type into the input field, it would be appended to the new to do, and we set this value here as well. Similarly, when we hit the create to do button, we call the handle create to do function. If we came down, here is an order list to render all the to-do list items, and we map simply using JavaScript map function. We get item and index. We use a list item and we create a span to the to-do text, to-do item dot to-do text, and that would be displayed. And next we created a simple SVG for our delete to-do button, and we call handle delete with the index. And that's how the front end is working, and this complete my to-do app in the MERN stack is working. You can check the code in the description below, and stay tuned.